Our mission at First Peoples Fund is to recognize and support artists' collective spirit, which we define as that which manifests self-awareness and a sense of responsibility to sustain the culture fabric of a community. It is that which moves each one of us to stand up and make a difference, to pass on ancestral knowledge, or simply extend a hand of generosity. We honor and celebrate these artists who personify Indigenous values of generosity, wisdom, respect, integrity, strength, fortitude, and humility. First Peoples Fund is the only Native-controlled national organization whose sole purpose is to sustain arts and culture at the community level. These artists that follow are the soul of First Peoples Fund, and helping them grow, succeed, and pass their gifts on to future generations is the heart of what we do. We take this responsibility seriously because we feel it is nothing less than ensuring that ancient traditions and diverse cultures will survive. The survival of Native art and Indigenous peoples is important not only to our communities, but to all. Their work contributes to the richness and complexity of experiences in this world that we all share together.
Our ancestors lived through us who share the knowledge that they have given to us. We have a term in my language we call wazadad. It's our true form of wealth. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with riches. It's the knowledge of the culture of our people, of our laws, of our ceremonies, of the importance of color, of the names of our ancestors back to the beginning of time. The people of our world who were once animals and lived lives that they may leave teachings for us who would come later, the two-leggeds. Our ancestors live to this day as long as we, the artists of our people, share this knowledge with the world. As long as we pass it down to our children and see it thrive in the children of our children.
A little bit about who we are as Yurok people. We're people that live on the coast, but we also live inland on the reservation. We're people that depend on our salmon from the mighty Klamath River. We're people that depend on acorn for our food source, for our ceremonies. This is food that we've ate ever since time began with our people.
To seek vision is an ancient way to manifest our art through spiritual quests to understand natural phenomena and the animal world. I hope that my art serves to depict strong images of women, of nature, and men in order to recapture memory. Perhaps when we remember our clan families, our relationship to Mother Earth and to each other, our art and cultural attributes will in time regenerate.
As we move into this new world that we live in, or are attempting to live in, there's such a cultural loss of identity that our children go through that as a people, we have to really make conscious decisions to take steps and do things that are culturally significant and culture specific to our own people, but on an international level and on a national level for each of our peoples. And we have to start doing that now, or we're going to really suffer a great loss and suffer far more than we have suffered to this point in time.
Every one of us has someone in our lives, at least someone who has taught us where we come from and who we are. That is where our strength lies. That is where our future lies. I ask you to now pause and think of that person and what you were given. You were given your history, your relatives, your meaning. This is our strength, our continuity, and our connectedness to the past, the earth, and to one another. I ask you now to pause and think of that person and what you were given. You were given your history, your relatives, your meaning. This is our strength, our continuity, and our connectedness to the past, the earth, and to one another. Imagine the power if we were able to take that history and listen to those who have come before us, those whose arms lift us up and whose shoulders we stand, to build our nations and to create our future. They speak to us through the culture bearers, who taught you as children and who live in your communities today, the dancers and singers, the beaters and the basket makers, those who honor our earth and who work in the old ways to bring our contemporary lives the wisdom and lessons of our ancestors. They have an important role to play in the building of nations. I ask you to make a place for them at this table. Make a place for the culture bearers who carry the wisdom of those who have come before us, who can guide us into the future, walking the true path of who we are. Listen to the voice of your elders so that you can carry their wisdom with you as you make decisions on behalf of your nation. Plamayaye.